Hi everybody. I figured it had been a while since I did a sit down video and I wanted to come on and give you guys an update. As you can see, I'm in a different chair. You can kind of see part of it, but you can kind of get the idea. It's not an electric chair, it's a manual chair. I can do it in my house because we have hardwoods and flat surfaces, but anything else, like even a angled sidewalk, or like in my bathroom, you know, of course there's an angle from the drain and it's like a giant hill for me. So still using the electric whenever I go anywhere, but here we are today. But basically I wanted to share with you about a little over a month ago I got to go to a biological dentist, and wanted to share with you my experience because that's been a huge help to me and my health. So a biological dentist basically takes into consideration like the whole health of your body, not just what your mouth looks like, if your teeth, you know, have cavities or not, and if they're white and straight. But actually there's a chart, and I'm going to drop it in the link below, and it's of your whole mouth, and there's actually like organs, meridians, spinal segments, spinal cord segments that correspond with each tooth in your mouth. And that was incredibly like amazing for me to realize. And so I went in, they did a CT of my mouth along with x-rays from an x-ray gun, which I guess x-ray gun you can see more than traditional x-rays. I don't know, but I basically went in for cavitation surgery, and I thought that was meaning I had some cavities to get taken care of in like a fancy way. Not the case at all. I had infection in my jawbone up here and down here from having my wisdom teeth extracted, and I guess that's pretty common, and people just go around with that for years, and they have chronic fatigue and brain fog and, you know, things that you wouldn't necessarily think are associated with the health of your mouth. So I went in, like I said, thinking I was just getting cavities filled, and the first thing they did was they took my blood and they said they were going to make PRF with it, and then they muscle tested me for different supplements. Muscle testing is when you like hold something and you kind of ask your body. It sounds weird, but I can explain the science behind it. You have aphrenic and ephrenic nerves. So one of those communicates from your brain to your body, and the other one communicates from your body to your brain. And if you're either allergic to something or your body doesn't want something, and you're holding that, it'll actually slow the communication of your nerves down and your arm will go weak. If it is something that your body's asking for or wants, it'll be strong because it didn't interrupt the communication of your nerves or slow it down. So they gave me fish oil and another supplement. Like 15 minutes later, they wanted to make sure it was given to my body when it needed it, not just all at once. And then the dentist came in and she numbed me up. But the cool thing was she used Novocaine or whatever it is, but she gave me a bunch of small injections. And the point of that was it didn't actually make my whole face droop, which was amazing, especially when the rest of your body is paralyzed. It really sucks when what little you do have is also paralyzed for even a short amount of time. But she said there's also another reason they do that is because a lot of times when you do get a lot of anesthesia, it disrupts the blood flow in that area, and sometimes that's why it doesn't heal. You get infection and they have to go back in and deal with it. If you're lucky enough to find someone that can deal with it. This dentist in particular said she has people fly in from all over the country and even internationally to go see her. So I felt so thankful that she was like, you know, pretty much in my backyard. Like, I mean, we had to drive an hour and a half, but when you live where we do, we always drive an hour and a half or whatever. So not a big deal. So they went in and they, you know, sliced it open with a scalpel, and then she has actually a laser that cuts with water. So basically the benefit of that is it gets the bad tissue and not the good tissue. And so they did all of that, they cleaned it out, and then they brought this tray in and they said, this is what we made with the blood that we drew out of you. So if you're squeamish, I'm sorry, but this was super interesting to me. They showed me this one thing and it looked like a giant kind of like a tapioca. It was like kind of a cream and yellow color, but you could see my blood in the middle of it. And they put that in my jawbone, you know, both sides after they were done. And it hurt so bad, but they said actually that's a good thing. That hurting means it's healing. And a few minutes later, you know, that kind of subsided, and they had another piece that looked like skin they put over the top of it. And they stitched it up, and they said, like, then this is actually going to make your body make its own tissue. Like, it's not going to be, you know, a hole in your jaw or anything like that. So me going in thinking I was going in to have cavities filled, and that was my own fault. I just kind of like skimmed through the paperwork, and I was so thankful I didn't know until after it was done. And they said this is like if you have chronic fatigue, chronic illness, neurological issues, or issues that, like, you know, they don't have a reason for, or a diagnosis or anything like that. Sometimes you just have like a low grade infection that nobody else can find, and you just live with it. And so actually getting to the root cause was incredible for me. I have dealt with brain fog, chronic fatigue, random allergies, tons of things that, you know, you wouldn't necessarily know why. And this took care of so much of it, like immediately, as soon as they were even clearing out the infection and stuff, which normally if people were cutting on me or causing pain of any sort, my whole body would just be spasming, and it actually was opening up. Like I could feel, you know, down my arm and neck and stuff. It was actually a relief. And then when they were done, they rinsed my mouth with ozonated water, which prevents infection, and put red light therapy on me. They gave me a prescription for hydrocodone, but I took Tylenol like when I got home, and my regular meds before bed, and I was fine. I was sore for a while, but I was fine. Since then, I will tell you, I haven't had the brain fog that I've had. I've been sleeping better. My body's had a lot more energy and been able to regulate itself. The stiffness in my neck and head that I've always had is gone. A lot of my digestive issues are gone. And the crazy thing is, like I said, if you look at that chart that I will put in the description, that is where like, some of those teeth like would correspond. So it was crazy to see like literally how your mouth health affects the rest of your body. So if you ever get a chance to go to a biological dentist, especially if you have chronic fatigue, chronic illness, neurological issues that don't make sense, or even if they do, like, you know, anything that you can offload your body of stress and inflammation is going to help your nervous system. So yeah, I highly encourage you. If you have questions or other things that you want me to answer, hit me up, leave comments, subscribe, all the things. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, and I hope that this gave you hope.